The UN Security Council has voted in favor of a US drafted resolution that endorses American President Donald Trump's 20-point plan for Gaza. Included in the plan is the establishment of an International Stabilization Force, ISF, to which the US says multiple unnamed countries have offered to contribute. The resolution was backed by 13 countries, including Pakistan, the UK, France, and Somalia, with none voting against the proposal. Russia and China abstained. This will not be a UN peacekeeping force, but a peace enforcement force. Now, under the resolution, the ISF will work with Israel and Egypt along with a newly trained and vetted Palestinian police force to help secure border areas and to ensure the process of permanently disarming non state armed groups, including Hamas. Until now, the police there have operated under the authority of the Hamas. Now, the question that comes to our mind is, would India be part of the ISF? Well, India is very clear. She'll operate only under a UN mandate, that is, under the UN peacekeeping mission. And hence, India won't be part of this ISF project because remember that this is not a peacekeeping mission but a peace enforcing mission. The US envoy to the UN, Mike Waltz, told the Council chamber that the passing of the resolution charted a new course in the Middle East for Israelis and Palestinians and all the people of the region alike. Interestingly, the final resolution passed included references to an independent Palestine. This is a compromise that Trump had to make for backing from the Arab and Islamic world countries who are expected to provide peacekeepers for an international stabilization force. The reference to Palestinian statehood was an addition to an initial US draft which did not mention it. However, the wordings are vague since it refers to promising only that once the Palestinian Authority has reformed itself and the rebuilding of the Gaza is underway, the conditions may finally be in place for a credible pathway to Palestinian self determination and statehood. On the eve of the UN vote, Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu restated his government's adamant opposition to the creation of a Palestinian state, raising questions on whether Israel will allow the implementation of the UN mandated proposals. As expected, Hamas has rejected what it described as an imposed international guardianship mechanism and insisted it would not disarm. In explaining Russia's decision to abstain, Ambassador Vasily Nebenzia said the Council was in essence giving its blessings to a US initiative on the basis of Washington's promises and giving complete control over the Gaza Strip to the Board of Peace and the ISF, the modalities of which we know nothing about so far. The text of the resolution says that the member states can take part in the Board of Peace envisioned as a transitional authority that would oversee reconstruction and economic recovery of Gaza. It also authorizes the International Stabilization Force, which would ensure a process of demilitarizing Gaza, including by decommissioning weapons and destroying military infrastructure. Trump's 20-point plan is included as the annex to the resolution. The establishment of the BOP, that is a Board of Peace, as a transnational governance administration in Gaza and authorizes the BOP to establish a temporary international stabilization force in the enclave were first outlined in the comprehensive plan to end the Gaza conflict, also known as the 20-point plan, that Trump announced in late September. According to media reports, the US aims to deploy the first ISF contingents by March 2026, envisioning a peace enforcement mission rather than a peacekeeping presence with a total troop size of approximately 20,000. The US is in talks with several countries, including Azerbaijan, Egypt, Indonesia, Qatar, and Turkey, about contributing personnel to the force. Financing for reconstruction of Gaza following 2 years of war would come from a trust fund backed by the World Bank, according to the resolution. The US, the Palestinian Authority, and several Arab and Muslim majority nations, including Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey, have called for the quick adoption of the resolution. The Palestinian Authority, that is a PA, said in a statement that the resolution's terms needed to be implemented urgently and immediately. Well, as I sit here before you, several of my colleagues are traveling across the country to get you stories that really matter. Stories that you should read, because here at The Print, we believe in getting stories from the source itself, that is, from the ground, not sitting in these AC rooms and scrolling the internet and writing it in our own language. Well, all of this comes at a cost, and hence I request you to follow the instructions on the screen and subscribe to The Print and be part of the Print's growing family, because you being with us empowers us to do more. For The Print, this is Snehesh Alex Philip. Do subscribe to The Print's YouTube channel also for more such videos.